Coming up on this episode.
Hi, Annie. Super windy, eh? It's like the Great Lakes.
I used to tell my kids that the brown, black spots were called sweet spots, so that they'd eat bananas if they had spots on them. So I was saying that it was a really, really blustery, windy day. This takes the cake, this one. Watch this.
Is that unreal?
Wow!
In mid-July, the island undergoes an amazing transformation. A ring of lake grass emerges and surrounds the island with a brand new green hedge of life. It serves as a needed protection for the countless fish fry that use it as a refuge from predators.
Okay, I've never seen it like this.
Hi, Annie. Super windy, eh? It's like the Great Lakes.
The waves are just rolling.
We've never seen wind like this at Bird Island. At times like this, a larger boat would be a good thing, as our little skiff would likely get swamped if we ventured out onto this tempest.
That is leaning, really leaning towards, guess what? Yikes.
Wow. Bet you the winds are like 40 miles an hour. Crazy. I'm gonna have to put another line on the barge. That's what I'm gonna do now. This is unreal. I've never seen it like this before. Well, that's a little better. Got 3 lines on the windward side and a little slack line on the leeward side.
Just going to check on Ryan.
Hi, honey.
Hi. What you doing in there today?
I'm redoing the whole inverter room because I'm adding the second inverter, which will allow us to have split phase, which means 240 volts at that panel instead of one.
And why is the reason for that?
We want to be able to power the incinerator toilet.
Cool. Wow, you've already done so much work and now you're undoing it.
That's okay.
So we brought one of these cement boards in and it broke. What will we do now?
I'll just use the pieces. It'll be okay.
Oh dear.
It will be okay. We're not going to worry too much about that. 5 inches. Yeah, it'll be just fine, honey.
Are we going to be able to get both banks of batteries into there?
No.
No.
This is just temporary until we build our actual battery bunker. And that is going to be subterranean. That's going to be a big deal. I can't wait to do that.
Good.
So, this is coming together.
Then we stopped off and got this door because he's going to pare this door down a little bit and put it on there. And it's an outside door.
Solid wood exterior door.
It's pretty heavy.
It's super heavy.
Really, really heavy, yeah.
A lot of people have asked why we have such a small boat. Well, we had this little fishing boat before we even bought the island. Sure, we would like to have a larger boat, but we would need a dock first. This little skiff has no trouble beaching onto the shore, but I sure wouldn't want to do that with a larger boat.
It's morning time, so that means shake time for me. And I heard that if you take a banana and cut it into about 1-inch sections, all cut it up all nice. This is Ryan's banana. I used to tell my kids that the brown, black spots were called sweet spots, so that they'd eat bananas if they had spots on them. Put these pieces into a container, and I'm going to cover them with water. And I'm going to set it off to the side for a few days. I've also started using the whole banana peel, putting it in water, and it's really important for the potassium content because it helps with roots, flowers, and just overall plant health. So we're going to try this too. I'm happy about my little tomatoes. Even though it's not much, it gives me such great joy. And I'm sure all these people with amazing, beautiful gardens are probably laughing right now. You want to check out my little tomatoes? And look it. I got a new flower on there. So I'm gonna have tomatoes. What about that? These are my tomatoes. They've really grown. They're doing such a good job. I'm so excited. There's my bumper crop right there. It's a wonderful feeling to tie these up and make sure that they're all healthy. So what I'm going to do today is just tie these up to the stakes beside them. And then when the tomatoes start to come, we can start putting them over top of these rails. And remember, these are the ones that I got with 2 gifts straight from the store like that. So that's really something to have those tomatoes already come. So if nothing else this year, at least I will have gotten 2 tomatoes, even if they're only green. Okay, we're gonna go and check on what Ryan's been up to lately. And Ryan, you wanna show us what's going on in there?
See what you're standing on there? Yeah, this, you see how it's going right over the tree root?
Yeah?
So I'm gonna have to leave it above ground there, and I think maybe I'll just bury it. Just bring in some dirt and bury it. Because I don't want to, you want to cut this tree down, right?
No way.
And I don't want to dig through the roots and disturb it.
Can't you go behind?
Well, then I'll get into this tree.
Wow. That there is a conduit that will house some electrical wire used for the purposes of running our incinerator toilet.
That's right.
And so that's our old facility there. You're just going to leave this above ground?
Well,
or
I have to leave that part above ground because I don't want to disturb the tree roots.
Yeah.
And even if I go in behind, I'm still going to disturb the tree roots. And then there's this tree here. So what I thought I would do is...
Is there any way you can push it under the bird bath like you did the other thing?
Push it under the bird bath?
Yeah, like right there. And then drill a hole, and do you have an elbow at all?
Yeah, I have elbows.
So you could push it under the bird bath. And right like that there, you can see that little hole. Maybe that would help. Just an idea.
I just thought of something.
What? Trouble?
No.
Oh.
I'm not going to come this way. I'm going to come this way. I'm going to come along here. Elbow down, dig a trench.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, because this is already all cleared up. We've got gravel here. We can make a little trench in it. And then...
along the side.
Exactly.
It's going to be a deck there anyways.
There's your answer, honey. See, I guess you do need me for these kinds of things.
That's right. Thanks for the help.
This is our pressure tank. So the pressure tank has a bladder in it. And the purpose of that is to squeeze the water out. How does the pressure tank work, honey?
Exactly that. So it's got a bladder that's filled with air, right?
Yeah.
And as you put the water in, it forces the bladder to compress, so the air gets compressed.
I see. Okay.
It's like filling up my nail gun air compressor.
Yeah.
And then as the air gets compressed with the water, what the air wants to do is expand and push the water out.
Right.
But the water, when you force the water in, what it does is it creates pressure. So then after you draw the water, the air is going to force the water out.
I see. And that is how we are going to be operating our water system here.
That's right.
Okay. Fun. This is going to be so nice to have water.
This used to go into the generator. I just changed the plug. So it's going to go into our outlet here. And I got a waterproof connection. This is just the simplest, fastest, easiest way to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Otherwise, I've got to install a second box inside there, and I don't want to do that.
Going to the incinerator toilet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've just moved out our little makeshift water station and decided that this would be the way to go, to put the conduit through this way instead.
Yeah.
So here goes.
We're going to do it. I'm just laying out the geography of this thing. That should probably work, eh?
So he's going to come behind there, connect it to there. He's going to trench a little bit.
This will have to be underground here. So that means this is going to have to come out and down.
And where is it coming from?
Corner of the house.
Okay, behind there.
Because the panel's there, inside the house.
Right. The panel's inside there.
Yeah.
He's drilled a small hole. It's going to be coming out here.
Yeah.
There. And to there.
Yeah, so that's going to come across, it's going to come across, this is going to come up like that, and then into that, and just screw it onto here. That'd make it easier. See what I come up with. Okay, I'm going to start trenching.
It's going to be some physical labor involved.
That's right. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, you hit something, honey?
Tree roots.
Oh no, we don't want to ruin those.
No, we don't. Okay, I gotta think about this differently here. So I'm gonna put it on the surface and I'll just bury it. I'm just wondering why I don't have my plumbing tools here. Okay, I gotta cut this to length. About there. I have a pipe cutter and stuff, but I just don't know where my plumbing tools are. Okay, so that one's gonna go there like that. That one is almost perfect. Gonna go there like that.
You know, laying out conduit and figuring out wire runs like this, it's kind of fun.
So now, what I have to do is move a bunch of this stuff so I can make some more room. It's all about getting all the workspace cleared up. A little bit of work you do now saves you a ton of time during the process. There's going to be a deck along this area here, so I won't really have to bury it. It's just going to be underneath the deck. Looks like the only part I'm going to have to bury will be right here along this traffic area here. So I'll get after that once I run the wire. So it's going to go like so. Okay, let's get some pieces. I got these little straps here. So what I'm going to do is just mount this right to these 4x4s, and that way it'll keep it all secure. So the last thing I need to do is measure a piece for here. I'm going to measure a little piece to fit there. Hopefully this is all going to line up. Okay, what are we looking at? Be about there. I think this saw is just about done. Okay, so if that goes in there like that, and that goes in there like that, time to go get glue. Gonna do a bit of gluing.
I want the interior of this conduit to be dry, so I'm gluing each joint to ensure that this entire run is watertight. After all, water and electricity are a potentially dangerous combination.
This actually welds this stuff together. Just takes a second and it sets up nicely. Now we're gonna glue these little bits here. Oh no, I just spilled my glue. I think that plant is gonna die. Just make sure the angle's right. I think I'm gonna attach these ones here so it stops moving around. The reason this is off the edge is because I want to be able to flip the door up this way. So I'm going to build a little platform for that to sit on. All right, that's all stable, so now I can glue these last little bits here. The fun starts. I'm going to start trenching.
Digging around with this pickaxe reminds me of the gold miners of a bygone era. Whenever I think that building out this homestead is hard work, I think of the struggles endured by those early gold mining pioneers. For us, we're installing all the modern conveniences we can, so that we can make wilderness living as comfortable as possible.
It's an old dead tree root. That's nothing to worry about.
Wouldn't it be cool if instead of a tree root, up popped a nice big shiny nugget? Not likely, but we can always dream.
Okay, I'm gonna try to feed the wire through. Something tells me I should have done this first. Let's see how it goes. Oh, it's not gonna work very well, is it? Yeah, we're stuck. Well, what I could do is take the sheathing off of it, since it isn't conduit anyways. Probably have better luck pulling it through. If that's the case, I'll have to go through the other side. I gotta pull this wire through. I don't have a fish here. Oh man. Might have to do the old soap trick again. Well, let's see how lucky we get. I'm taking the sheathing off to try to make it easier to push.
Trying to push the wire through the conduit like this seems like an exercise in futility. A fish tape would be awesome right about now. They're way easier and far more efficient.
Well, that didn't work. That'll teach me for not bringing a fish. So I'm going to try cutting it right about here.
Since I'm not able to get the wire all the way through, I'm performing a little exploratory surgery to see how far I still have to go.
Oh, the wire's in there. It's right near the end, honey, and it wouldn't go. There we go. Oh, I was 2 feet from the end. Now we have to retrofit some stuff. So I'm going to, oh man. I have to repair the pipe that I just cut. Now, I don't want glue solvent all over the wires, so I'm just going to apply a thick layer here and give it a twist. So that should set up and do its welding thing without harming the wires.
We just heard a big crack, like a really big crack.
And a thump.
And I didn't hear the thump, I only heard a crack. So I'm not sure what we might be looking at here. The winds have been so wild. Yikes, I'm kind of scared to look, honestly. Is the barge okay? Does it look like there's something gone there?
Hard to tell. Come on, let's go.
So dangerous. You wouldn't even want to be in the woods with this.
Oh yeah, a tree just fell on the cabin. Right there.
Just fell on a cabin?
On that other cabin, see it?
No. I'm kidding.
What?
It does look like there's something missing.
Whoa! I don't know what I'm looking at here. No, that was there before. Look at this cottonwood, it's split all the way up the side.
That's the one that worries me. That's the one that worries me, whether... And it's huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I don't know.
Let's see if it was in the back, because the wind plays funny tricks on us. Opal, where's the tree that fell down?
Where's the tree that fell over? I can't see any, but they're sure blowing.
Dangerous to be out by trees.
Well, let's go back. That was definitely a crack and a thump.
Well, we definitely heard a tree fall in the forest. We just didn't see it.
Is it going, honey? This is going to be the plug. Okay, time to go get my electrical tools.
It's going to be so nice to have that toilet wired. No more generator. Now we'll be able to go in peace.
Okay, things will go a little better with the wire strippers. Now that I found them. Every connection has to be super tight. All right, that's looking good. Shove this in here. See, I can close that a little bit. There we go. That's better. So this is a 10 amp, 220 volt circuit. But I'm wiring it with number 12 wire. I could get away with number 14, but it's an expensive toilet. I don't want any voltage drop issues at all. Now that the outside's done, I'm just going to connect it to the panel, and if everything goes well, I'll be able to turn the breaker on and we'll be able to use the incinerator toilet, and it'll be incinerated by the power of the sun. So I've had to put insulation over the wires again because they have to be wrapped inside the house. So what I've had to do is put the insulation, the wire sheathing, I had to put it back on the wires because inside the house you need this protection. And the reason I took it off originally is because I couldn't pull the wire through the conduit with this on.
So is it all nicely tightly sealed now?
Oh yeah.
With other like electrical tape?
Yeah, it's got this, and then over top of this is electrical tape. See all the wires in here are bare?
Oh.
Right?
Because we don't want any kind of fire.
No, we don't. Okay, so we're feeding it through. And once it comes through here, look at that. That's perfect.
Okay.
You see these wires here? It's got the insulation just penetrating, and that's what we have here as well. You see here where my finger is? Mm-hmm. So that's penetrating, so we're good. See that? So now I just have to tighten it up. And that's what I'll do here. Okay, now I'll get rid of this pull tape because we don't need that. So now what you want to do is hook your ground up first. And what's the most important thing about electrical connections, honey? I'll give you a hint. The hint is it's a German word, good and tight, right? They have to be good and tight. A funny one. Okay, I'm gonna cut these here. Here's the breaker. This is a 2-pole 15 240 volt breaker. 15 meaning 15 amps. So you go in there. It's got a little track with grooves. So you stick it in the track with the grooves, and then when you tighten it down, it bites into the wire. Do the same thing on this side. Make sure they're tight, because if they're not tight, they can arc. And if they arc,
Cause a fire.
that's bad. That's right. Okay, I'm going to turn this on, but I'm going to unplug it first over here, just to make sure that I've got the right current. I don't want to plug the toilet in if the current's wrong, right? So I'm going to go unplug the plug from outside, and I'm going to test it. So maybe you should come with me for that. Okay, so I'm pulling the plug out. What I want to see is 240 volts. Okay, I'm gonna go turn the breaker on now, and then we'll see if that goes to 240.
Am I going to be electrocuted at all?
No. Here we go. Did it go to 240?
No, it's at 0. 235. 240, 235. 240, 235. It kind of keeps going back and forth.
It might be 239, 240.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna check it because 235, 240 is odd.
Oh.
Yep, 239, 240.
Okay.
That's good. So guess what? We now have a working Weitzer.
You're kidding.
Nope. See?
Can that always just stay on now?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh my word. So anytime the facility is used, we don't have to turn the generator on anymore.
No, the generator plug is disabled. And it says, ready.
Oh my goodness, Ryan. Another job well done.
Yeah, ready for use. Now we don't need this this 240 volt power cleaner anymore, because we have clean power. So I can take it out.
So you feel proud of yourself?
I do.
Oh, nice job, honey.
Okay.
That's a huge thing because every morning that thing is on for an hour and a half and
Yeah, no more fuel needed, honey.
no more fuel needed. Well, that's true too. I forgot about that.
Okay, yeah, no more fuel needed.
This is a momentous day.
It is. So here's our plug. We're gonna go in here, plug it in, and we don't need this power cleaner anymore. I can take it to the shop or whatever when the time comes, right?
That's cleaned our power up.
When you're using a generator that has a total harmonic distortion of greater than 3%, you want to use one of these.
Yeah.
And what that means, if your total harmonic distortion is greater than 3%, it's dirty power and it can damage your sensitive electronics.
Yeah, laptop,
Yeah.
cell phones, anything like that. And we do not want the Starlink to be damaged.
Nope. We have pure sine wave power now in the cabin because our solar system outputs pure sine wave power.
Thank you, Mr. Sun.
Here we go, honey.
Wow, okay, so this is what happens. And it should say incineration in progress.
And it's doing it by solar.
Oh,
We have a solar powered toilet now. Isn't that unreal?
that is what I call a successful day.
That's right.
What a time we live in. 20 years ago, who would have even thought there could be such a thing as a solar-powered toilet? And now we have one. 0% waste, 0% ecological impact, and 100% perfection. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us by clicking the thumbs up icon on YouTube. We invite you to also subscribe and click the bell. You'll be notified when we upload new content. Please invite your friends and family to come along too. Bye for now.